Mr. President, it's time the state made full-day kindergarten official state policy. Currently, our public schools offer a half-day of kindergarten, or more precisely, about 2 hours and 20 minutes a day. Full-day kindergarten would make that roughly 5 hours per day. Right now, most Title I schools that serve a population that qualifies for poverty have full-day kindergarten. Most private schools have full-day kindergarten. They do it because it's important and vital. But the middle-class families in Oregon, the families that pay most of the bills in this state, are subjected to an almost embarrassing half-day of kindergarten where their kids barely have enough time to take off their coats before they have to put them back on and get ready to go home. The bill before you is the work of a committee we created in 2010. Teachers, parents, superintendents, and principals from all over Oregon who spent a year looking at this issue. They looked at capacity, they looked at research, they looked at costs. They recommended we adopt full-day kindergarten beginning in 2015. They did not recommend any action on capacity, explaining that with declining enrollments in much of the state, this is not the issue that it once was. And besides, they noted there was no equitable way for the state to get into the school construction business that has long been the domain of local districts. As for the cost, the committee found it's very hard to pin down. But they did note that many of these costs are fixed, such as administration, the buildings, insurance, utilities, etc., and that these costs are not going to go up whether you have full day, quarter day, or half day. So the bottom line is that going to full-day kindergarten would cost not twice as much as half-day, but it would be more likely 20 to 30% more based on the experiences of Oregon schools who have already gone to full-day kindergarten. These recommendations from that committee came with a long list of research findings that I won't read off because really there's no dispute on this. The research nationally and in Oregon is conclusive. Children who experience full-day kindergarten show significantly greater progress in literacy, math, general learning skills, and social skills than those who attend half-day kindergarten. In the last couple of years, people have talked to me about this and said, Mark, I know this is what we should do. I know what the research says, but we can't do it. We don't have the money. I am so tired of this "we can't do it" approach in Oregon, not just on this issue, but many others. In 2004, a grade school in Tigard, Metzger Elementary, decided to do full-day kindergarten on its own without state help. Lots of people were skeptical. A district facilities person said, "We can't do it. We don't have the space and we can't afford to build more buildings." But the school principal grabbed that facilities person by the lapel, walked down the hall, and said, "Why don't we partition this room, adjust this room, and move music down the hall?" And within 10 minutes, they had the space for full-day kindergarten. And the district said, "Well, you don't have the money for extra teachers." But the principal and the teachers met in a budget committee, they reshifted priorities, and they found the money. And the next fall, they had full-day kindergarten. And for the next 3 years, what happened at that little grade school was nothing short of remarkable. They had dramatic improvements in first graders, second graders, and third graders. They had closed the achievement gap so much that Metzger Elementary was named School of the Year in 2007, 2008, and 2009. Guess what? It turns out they could do it. And the principal of that school, her name is Karen Twain. She just happened to be the chair of the implementation committee that made the report that has the recommendations in the bill before you today. Colleagues, don't listen to the cynics. Don't listen to the protectors of the status quo. We can do this. Where will we get the money? Well, we'll get it from a $19 billion general fund that's projected in 2015, half of which goes to education. We'll get it from the red tape and bureaucracy we're killing in our Senate Education Committee that will be coming to you in bills before us. That will save thousands and tens of thousands of dollars for school districts. We'll get it from reforming the ESD system, where next year $50 million will be redirected from a bloated administratively top-heavy ESD system into K through 12 classrooms. And the year after that, that number is 100 million. The money is there. We'll get the money. This kindergarten bill is not being done in a vacuum. We can do this. The research suggests that this slight change will pay off in spades, not just because it will make kids more successful in their academic K through 12 year, but it will pay off financially. Experts say, and this is a critical point when you talk about kindergarten, that when students can read proficiently by third grade, they have an outstanding chance of finishing high school. Of those that cannot read proficiently by third grade, 75% of them drop out. And educators say full-day kindergarten is the biggest factor at getting third graders to read proficiently. That's what this does. Kids don't start dropping out of high school in 10th and 11th grade. They start dropping out when they start struggling in 4th and 5th grade. Yes, the K in K through 12 is the most important year on this spectrum academically. I respectfully ask for your support. Mr. President, we can do this.